I'm labeling this Halloween costume ideas for your astrological sign in 2018. And we'll start off with Aries. Aries, the typical thing would be to be like a warrior, like a Roman, like gladiator. But this year, I would look into a costume more like the warrior that's also like a medic. Like you're like a warrior, but you're also like a doctor at the same time. So you could have like a telescope around your neck, but then like a Viking helmet on your head, so you still have your Aries horns and you're charging ahead. But you're like that medic that's on the battlefield, that's like out there dodging bullets and healing people. So either be a sexy doctor or a sexy fucking warrior, like gladiator, or be like a crusader who's a warrior, but they're doing it with a spiritual intent for hopefully regaining spirituality. Taurus. Normally, I would invite you to be like the goddess of Earth. Like the queen, the princess from Aladdin. But now, I want you to be that revolutionary princess of Aladdin. So like Superwoman. Now, if you're a dude, something revolution like Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, rather, because you're gonna. Malcolm X is more Aries. MLK is a little bit more Taurus, because he's being a little bit more loving, nurturing, not just like shooting, like being more violent, which is how they want us to think of that. Malcolm X, which is so fucked up. Taurus, the hippie, but not the hippie who's like strung out on acid, but like the hippie who's like in the streets freaking protesting. So that's the Taurus Halloween costume idea. Next to the Gemini. We don't have much going on with the Gemini. So for you, I would take whatever like mask that you've associated yourself with the most and pick the exact opposite and be that for Halloween. The Joker, who's like got two masks, the black and the white one. The Jester, be a court jester. Also, if you're normally like a Hulk, then be the nerdy scientist. If you're usually a nerdy scientist, then be the Hulk. Now we go to Cancer. My Halloween costume advice is to be like an Egyptian pharaoh or a pharaoh-esque, where like you're decked out in like the finest regalia and you like recognize your divinity. Or whatever represents like shedding off an old skin and taking the place of a new one. Like that cobra headdress of the pharaoh, of the snake who's regenerated. Oh, or a fiery phoenix, like the character from Katniss from that movie that was very popular. Oh, Hunger Games. Okay, Leo. Okay, we just got our North Node out of it. So like a tired lion. So like dress up as a lion, but like be like all mangled and like with dreadlocks and like just tired. Or better yet, be the lion from the popular show movie Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz, but be the lion who was on search for his heart and who found it. So now it's like full of glee and gaiety and it's like jumping around. So be like, dress up as a lion, but hold a heart. Because you found it now. Or be like Zeus or Thor. Or dress up as a king, like Burger King. Or if you're a female, dress up as a sexy lioness who's also authentic and not just fake. Not just like a slutty costume, but like one that actually has meaning. The Virgo, what should you be for this Halloween? Let's look at the chart. Besides being like just beautiful and loving and at the service of everybody. So usually the Virgo would be like a nurse or a doctor or EMT. But this Halloween, what do you have opposing you? Be more mystical and spiritual in your dress. So instead of just being like the normal EMT who shows up on the scene and addresses things and fixes stuff up, be the one who's like spiritual about it. Be like the exorcist. Be the priest who like shows up on the scene and gives like the last rites to somebody. Be an exorcist or a nun. But like not just like any normal nun like you normally would be. Be like a sexy nun. Or be like a scary nun. Libra. Dress up as an angel. Like a scary angel. That's coming to hurt you, but like, you know you need that. Be the Archangel Michael. Be the Grim Reaper. Be something scary. Be something loving. Be something to balance yourself. Where are your scales in balance, Libra? Have you been too emotional? Then let your costume be something that is the opposite of that. A judge. Have you been not emotional enough? Then be something that's the opposite of that. Be a therapist. Be a couch. Be a fucking leather couch for Halloween. Now Scorpio, I lost my chart. Scorpio, my kindred spirit. Who art thou? You have many options this Halloween. As you always do, because you've ruled this time of year. You bask in this. Well, with Jupiter there, don't be the perverted, freaking, sadistic, stuck in the dark, freaking perverted world, Scorpio, of something lame that resembles that in a costume. Be the one that has been touched by the spirit, so that you're like the evolved Scorpio, so that you're like the phoenix, so you're not the snake anymore. So you're not hiding underneath a rock anymore, but you've used the Leo energy of our North Node to be the forebringer of the great melding of the negative with the positive and turning the negative into the positive. So what's a costume where you can think of as it being negative? Go dress up as the devil and be a sexy devil, a beautiful devil. A devil that's here to be a devil to the world that's corrupt. Be an adversary to the world that needs it. Be a private, dress up as Sherlock Holmes. Dress up as James Bond. Dress up as Loki. But Loki, who's already gone through his devilish ways, and now he's working on the side of the light. Now let's go to Sagittarius. Sagittarius, what should you be? Obviously always like an archer riding on a horseback, or a half Horse, half human being, centaur. But what should you do this Halloween? We're getting ready for Jupiter to come home to you. So, dress up like the person who's a mad scientist in their home, and they're waiting for like their guest to arrive, who's gonna bring them a lot of money. So you have somebody coming to your house, and they're not there yet, but they're on their way. And they're gonna come and they're gonna bless you with whatever you want. So you have some time to plan and to strategize to get your skeletons in your closets aligned and to clear your closet out, so that when that blessing comes, when that guest arrives at your house, you're going to be able to show it a good time and it's going to bless you. So dress up as a sexy maid. Or like a doctor that's also like a magician. So you got the world of your mentality and aligned with your world of spirituality and emotionality. So that when that fire comes there, there's a finishing ingredient so that you'll be able to manifest very quickly. Now we go on to our next sign, which is Capricornicus. The Capricorn, for this Halloween, I would recommend them. Usually you dress up as just the devil. But this time, you've got the devil with Pluto and Saturn in you, and Mars just spent a lot of time in you. So now I recommend you dressing up as like Satan with like a muscle like built on you. Or dress up as like a master mason, like a 33-degree mason who's like got his third eye just fucking lit and is just fucking running this world. Or dress up as an architect with a long beard who's like the grand architect, like God, but still with a scorpionic tail to you. Dress up as the Lord of the Underworld, but that's like very got strong calves. Dress up as a occult goat-headed Aleister Crowley imitation master high priest who's ready to build this world. Dress up as Galactica. Dress up as that energy, that character that killed the whole world in the last Avengers. Aquarius. What should the Aquarius be for Halloween? Besides the normal hippie, which is so cliche. Or a robot. I bet you the people who dress up as like an iPhone are Aquariuses. But this year, I want you to add a little bit more. If you're going to be an iPhone again, be an iPhone that's overheated and that's on fire. If you're going to be a scientist, be the scientist who fell in love with this robot for growing emotions and for discovering emotions within yourself. If you're going to be a hippie, be the hippie who is taking to the streets in action and not just sitting in their living room smoking pot. Be the Aquarius that we need you to be. Not the one hidden away that's too far gone and out there that we can't relate to, but the one who's able to give it to the earth and relate to us. And to empathize with us and to have a heart. And to not be a robot or a machine. Last sign, Pisces. Usually you're a gypsy. Usually you're a psychic, a medium. Usually you're a spiritual, a priest, or a nun. But this year, you're going to be that times 12. So if you're going to be a gypsy, be the best damn gypsy you've ever been. If you're going to be a psychic, be the coolest psychic ever. If you're going to be a priest, be the best looking priest ever and put yourself out there for the world to see. If you're going to be a Joel Osteen, then be that Joel Osteen that represents compassion, that will let people into his fucking stadium when the hurricane comes, and not the opposite. That's a creative idea. Be Joel Osteen with a sign over that says open house.